Well, this one didn't end friggin' pretty. Jalen Hurts, 5 turnovers, should have been benched. This game is on him. Plain and simple. I'm coming in hot. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Birds Flyby. I'm Mike Lauro. Eagles lose in overtime, 22-19, and just a pathetic showing tonight, except for the defense. Defense played its ass off tonight. 7 sacks, 3 turnovers. Are you kidding me? Jalen Hurts was the issue tonight. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. He should have been pulled. He should have been pulled in the third quarter. I don't care if he is the franchise quarterback. Guess what? There's a time and place where you got to pull your franchise. You seen he did not have it tonight, and this is on Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni because he did not pull him. You should have pulled him tonight and went with Tanner McKee. I think it would have been a much better outcome. Jalen Hurts did not have it tonight. Did not. Was missing wide receivers all night long, throwing the ball high. This game is on Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. This is just frustrating and mind-boggling to watch. Well, again, he just throws the ball high. It gets tipped. The ball, they intercept it at the 1-yard line. Throw it away, man. Again, he's trying to play hero ball. Backyard ball, whatever you want to call it. And it came back to bite the Eagles in the ass tonight. This game to me tonight, I'm sweating. That's how mad I am at this game right now. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Luckily, they have the Commanders and the Raiders coming up on their schedule. Luckily, they have those two teams. I think the Eagles will be a playoff team. I think they will be. And I think that tie is going to come back and bite Dallas in the butt. But I think they will be a playoff team. I don't think they're going to go far in the playoffs. This offense has been stagnant all year. And tonight, it was all on the quarterback tonight. All on the quarterback. He should have been pulled from this game. I don't want to hear it. There's no reason in the world why he didn't pull him. That defense literally gave up 9 points. If it wasn't for his turnovers tonight. This has been crazy. And you know what? It may cost Sirianni his job. It may cost him his job. 5 turnovers he accumulated for tonight. 5. Can't have that. After his third one, he should have been riding pine. He should have been riding pine. Should have looked at him and said, Jalen, guess what, buddy? You're going to sit and watch the rest of this one out. I don't care. You weren't doing it. I got to pull you. Like I said, the only saving grace is that out of their next 4 games that they have, they got the Commanders twice, who are basically done, and they got the Raiders this upcoming weekend. And they're just 2 really bad teams. And Buffalo's kind of like the Eagles. One week they're good, the next they're not. So who knows going there with them. But this game was winnable for the Birds tonight. Was definitely winnable. And just the fact that I have to come on here and rant about this is because this team does not make in-game adjustments. He is no different to me. Sirianni's no different to me than James Franklin. He doesn't make in-game adjustments. Like he doesn't. How many times did Troy Aikman tonight have to point out that he missed Dallas Goedert open? This team, I'm telling you, and the look on Jeffrey Lurie's face said it all, even after that touchdown. Let's get to some of your comments, guys. Mike Pappernick, he says, bench Jalen. He should have been. Mike, we talked during the game. I said he should have been benched. Throw Tanner McKee in there. What chance? I mean, at least with him, you have a pure pocket passer. You have a pure pocket passer. The dude can throw the ball. He can make all the throws. Your mom, 4 interceptions. Yeah, he was horrible. And a fumble. There you go. Yeah, he was horrible tonight. This game is clearly on Jalen Hurts. Clearly on Jalen Hurts. Now, again, I think one of those interceptions wasn't his fault. And that was the one where he threw it to A.J. Brown. A.J. went up and had his hands on it. And A.J., too, he's another one. Made a couple business decisions tonight, too. Made a couple. There was one, he was in the open and literally did not come back to the ball. Did not come back to the ball. He comes back to the ball. He makes the catch. That drive still continues. Instead, they got to end up kicking it away in the fourth quarter. So, no, to me, a lot of people were on business tonight, and it wasn't Philadelphia Eagle football. This defense is going to be dead by the end of the season. Hey, man, you know what? I'll tell you what. I don't care. Take your hat off to them. Take your hat off to that defense tonight because this game should have been 30-19, 31. I mean, the Chargers were they were just as bad. They were just as bad on offense, even with Herbert being hurt. With his other hand being messed up. They were just as bad. And I'll tell you what, it will not be good. So do not expect a long playoff run. Do I think they have enough to win the division? Yeah, I think Dallas is too far back of them. Like the Eagles would literally have to lose. They would have to go 2-3, and Dallas would have to go 4-1 for them. And I still think Dallas would end up. Let me check the standings real quick right now, since it's now. Let me check the standings here. Where's the NFC? NFC, yeah. Right now, the Eagles have a 1.5 game lead over the Cowboys. So, and to me, you're looking at the Cowboys' next games. I mean, they play next Sunday night at home against the Vikings. Then you got this same Charger team comes in the following week and plays something. They're at the Commanders, and then they finish at the Giants. So the Cowboys have 4 really good winnable games coming up. So I mean, for me, honestly, this team, the worst thing that can happen is that they don't make the playoffs, and they would just go. Mike says, fire Sirianni, put Fangio. The team would respect him. Yeah. Right now, I just don't I don't know what's going on with this Eagles team. I really don't. Joe Hale checking in says Hurts needs to go. He said the Eagles will lose in the first round as the 25th ranked defense will be dead fish by then. Man, Mike is just getting rid of everybody. Mike, you're just getting rid of everybody. you really are. Mike say, the hell with them. They're all going. Brightside, he said the defense played good. Ricky saying, go Birds. Not after tonight. It's funny. AJ has 3 100-yard games. And you know what? You have something that I want to touch on here, Mike. He had 3 100-yard games because he went over 100 tonight. 300-yard games, the Eagles have lost all 3. You know what? I don't like this. You know what? Screw them. Go back to giving them 60 yards a game. Go back to giving him 60 yards a game. I don't care. If he wants out, we'll trade him in the offseason. There's going to be so many decent wide receivers coming up, as free agencies this year. Or go draft one. I mean, their draft is going to be up a little bit higher. William Quinn checking in says, Mike, Kevin Patullo has ruined our quarterback's confidence because there was throws that he usually makes. I don't know about that, William, because there's throws that he missed. Like Troy Aikman was pointing them out all night. Jalen just doesn't see it. He was not seeing the field good tonight. That's one of the reasons why I said he should have been pulled. He should have been pulled. Like, I don't get it. Like, he's not above being pulled. He was not doing his job tonight. And he didn't do his job tonight. I mean, that's crazy for you guys to have literally you literally have, he threw for 240 yards, no touchdowns, 4 turnovers. He had 5, actually. A.J. Brown, 6 receptions for 100 yards. Saquon Barkley, 20 carries, 122. Okay, 52 of those coming off of that. So he probably rushed for about 80 yards receiving. He had like 19 carries. I mean, he had a couple 20-yard runs in this game. So he was kind of we did have a Tank Bigsby sighting tonight. But, again, Dallas Goedert had 8 catches for 78 yards. Devontae Smith had 4 catches for 37 yards. Again, Darius Cooper had 1 catch for 19 yards. So, I mean, these are your offensive stats for the game. And then they go into overtime, and Cameron Dicker's money. He really is. He's money. This team is going nowhere with this offense. It's true. It's true. Adam C's checking in and says start McKee next week. I don't think they'll start him. I mean, the Raiders are just that bad. The Raiders are that bad. I mean, Jalen may even actually get a get right game. Like, you want to talk about a perfect team coming in for a get right game? It's the Raiders. Like, that team is just god awful. God awful. The Eagles will look like gangbusters next week. I think the next 2 weeks they'll look like gangbusters. You'll get to see them again when they play Buffalo. I think that's when it's going to be that they're in trouble. I can't. If they lose to either one of those two teams, I think Sirianni's out. If they lose both of those games to the Raiders, and then you lose to, that's 5 in a row. That's not keeping Sirianni's gone. I don't care that he's been to 2 Super Bowls. You know, Doug Peterson won one. They fired him 2 years later. So he says, "Oh, you know what's going on? The QB can't get off the first read or read a defense. There's so many audible opportunities." Freddie, you're right, but he also missed a lot of wide open guys and guys he could have hit. You know, he is scared to throw the football. And tonight he was wild. He was wild as hell. I haven't seen this Jalen Hurts since like 21. This is like 2021 Jalen Hurts, what I saw tonight. It was bad. Like, he regressed so badly back to that. Like, I don't know. So, he says, I can't wait to hear what Matty B has to say. Well, speaking of Matty B, Joe, make sure you tune in. That's right, tomorrow night, 9 p.m. I almost said 9 a.m. Make sure you tune in because Matty B will be on talking about this game. And are the Eagles starting to feel pressure? Matty will be also talking about stuff going on at the winter meetings, of course, and the Flyers as well. So make sure you tune in for that. Also, tomorrow at 8 o'clock, me and Paul Spencer from Out of the Box Entertainment, we will be doing props, locks, and parlays as we get ready to bring up this upcoming week of football and also Army, Navy as well. Again, Friday night, there you go. There it is. Philly Friday Frenzy with Al Safiri, and that's pretty much how Al is when he's hungry. He starts yelling all over the place. Also, guys, tomorrow night as well, Pittsburgh Sports Tonight. That will be on tomorrow night at 7. That will be on right before myself. And then Wednesday, the Pittsburgh Sports Desk and Gridiron Weekly on Thursday. Also Thursday, you also have the Birds Blast. Matter of fact, here, bam, there it goes right there. There is your up-to-date for this upcoming week. So Thursday, Birds Blast, Gridiron Weekly, Final Word with Maddie, Flyers and Knights. Speaking of that, this will be our schedule for the week, as Maddie will have tomorrow against those San Jose Sharks. Then the Golden Knights come to town, and then it's back-to-back this weekend against the Hurricanes. So we'll have to wait and see what goes on there. So there's your schedule coming up. But, yeah, this game was bad. This game was so bad. Adam C. said Hurst took a chance to get it to Dotson. That was a bad throw. Plain and simple. He tried to play hero ball, and it bit him in the ass. You were methodically going down the field. You were hitting Dallas Goedert. Dallas Goedert was open right in front of you. And you methodically threw it. Throw it to the guy in front of the defensive back. You know what I mean? Don't throw it to the guy behind the defensive back. And that defensive back made a great play. But this has been like, for Hurts to go out and have a game like this tonight when they really seriously needed a win. No. And he should have been pulled. He said Sirianni won't pull Jalen like Robbie won't bench Harper for saying my bad for not running out of play. That makes Sirianni Robbie 2.0. No, you can't say, Mike, you can't say that. Because unlike Robbie, Sirianni's won a championship. Regardless of how you want to look at it, you know, he won a championship. Freddie says Hurts should go before Sirianni. Yeah, but who's going to take his contract? Freddie, and where are you sending him? Now, this is going to be 2 quarterbacks that you've sent out of here. You got to think about that. What quarterback's going to want to come play here? I mean, think about it. What quarterback are you going to get to come play here? When are they going to go draft Dak Prescott and bring him here? He said he was awful against the Bears too. Going to that game opened my eyes. Yeah, he was bad. He was bad in that one too. He's been bad the last couple weeks. He really does. He's been bad, and tonight was on him though. That Bears game, that was on the whole offense. Okay, they failed to get it going, and the defense played lackluster. That game reminded me more of the Giants game earlier in the season than it reminded me of tonight's game. Tonight's game was clearly on Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts should have been pulled. After his third pick, that's it. You don't come back in. Sorry, sit and watch. When you stop turning the ball over, I'll put you back in the game. But Tanner's going to go in there right now. We need some stability. And he can make throws that Jalen Hurts can't. And we all know that. The problem is, Sirianni, he's micromanaging. He doesn't want to deal with a headache because guess what? If you pull Hurts and put McKee in, now you got a QB controversy. You know what I'm saying? So, again, Adam saying, what do you think of the Penn State hire? Love it. Love it. He's not going to coddle these guys. He's not going to coddle them. Love it. Took a chance. He didn't read the coverage. Didn't see him. I don't know what one you're talking about. Oh, here comes the Cowboy fans right away. 4 picks from Jalen. Wow, very surprising. Crazy game. No, it wasn't a crazy game. He had a bad game, Dave. He stunk. He couldn't read defenses. But that's all right, though. I got a feeling you guys are going to lose to Minnesota this week, even at home. Minnesota, I think, is going to go there and beat Jerry's kids. I think it's going to be great. It don't matter. I mean, I'm not worried about Dallas. I'm really not. I don't think they're going to have enough to come back in. It's just the way the schedule plays out. You know what I mean? Like they get literally the Commanders and the Giants, but they got to play this Chargers team too. And this Chargers team, they got a pretty good defense. And we see what happens when Dallas runs up against a good defense. So, I don't see Dallas winning out. I don't. And right now, they're a game and a half back going into tomorrow. Where's that at? It says Sirianni isn't respected and Robbie's respected. Joe Burrow would come here. Now, I'm going to take this with a grain of salt. I like Joe Burrow. I really do. Problem with Joe Burrow is he can't stay healthy. But on the flip side of that, he's been playing against that Cincinnati offensive line. I think if you were to put Joe Burrow behind the Eagles offensive line, like from a year ago, yeah, he would light it up. He would light it up. And he would have a back like Saquon Barkley to hand it off to. So, I don't know. You might see something. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much longer they can keep going with this dude. The way he played tonight, tonight he regressed 4 years. That was 2021 Jalen that I saw tonight. Trying to play hero ball. Missing guys high. Wasn't getting the ball down. Be interesting watch tomorrow on be an interesting watch tomorrow on Hard Knocks. Siri might have to make change of QB. His job is on the line. He's not going to make it. He's not going to do that. If he didn't make the pull tonight when he was this god awful, he's not going to do it. He's going to sync with him. He's going to sync with him. What makes you think he's going to go, okay, well, starting next week, Tanner McKee's going in there and playing? Unless they come up with some phony-ass injury for Hurts. You know what I mean? Other than that, this is what you got, man. And Hurts was awful tonight. Awful. He was the reason they lost this game. He was the reason they lost this game. I just want to see something here. Points off of turnovers in this game. Let me try to go down here to no, I don't want to do ESPN. Sorry. I'm looking for like, to me, like, that's all I'm saying. Like, I got to see what points off of turnovers were, because to me, that was rough. And seeing that was just crazy. Here it is, score recaps. All right. All right. I just want to see points off of turnovers. Because to me, that's what really kind of I need to see. Um, mm, yeah, it's not giving it to me. Damn, I would love to see that because if you could see points off of turnovers, that would be great. But anyway, I can't see it. So, birds fall in LA, man. It's been a crazy one, but you got to look ahead. They got to move on. They got to flush it, fly back, and that was their first loss too. That's been their first loss. They were 5-0 out at SoFi Stadium, so now they're 5-1, and they just it came back and bite them. But to me, my takeaways from this game is this: Jalen Hurts cost them the game. Sirianni cost them by not pulling Jalen Hurts and putting Tanner McKee in. And I like, you know, the one play, Adam, you're bringing it up right now. I got to bring it up. What about the play where he threw the interception, then got it back and fumbled it? Right. Again, trying to do way too damn much. Catch the ball, go to the fucking ground. Go to the friggin' ground. Sorry, I didn't mean to curse there. Go to the ground. Go to the ground. You got 4 brand new downs. Now you got 4 brand new downs because they possessed the ball and started to run back. You get 4 brand new downs. It's like if they just threw an interception the next play. You know, this defense can only bail them out so much. And it started taking its toll on this defense in overtime. You saw it. Like they were kind of butting them up, but Herbert had some bad throws. Herbert puts that ball on the money, man. They probably walk in for a touchdown at the end of that game. So, you know, to me, honestly, I just, you know, it says with the ball, Chargers 38 Eagles equals a dead defense. Yeah, that defense is going to be. I'll tell you what, them guys are going to be sleeping on that plane ride home. And but like I said, they have a chance to do it now. They have a get right game coming up, and I will say it's a get right game because the Raiders stink. They stink. Matter of fact, I think they're talking about our. I think they're talking about our old boy Kenny Pickett might be starting that game against the Eagles. So Jalen Hurts can't run a pro-style offense at all. You can't say that. He played quarterback in Alabama. They run a pro-style offense. But no, he definitely, if you guys want to come in here and kill him tonight, I have no problem with you guys killing Jalen Hurts tonight. He was the sole reason they lost that game tonight. Sole reason. And if you figure he don't turn the ball over, boom. Well, I'll tell you what, Adam, if that happens, Nick Sirianni will be fired after that game. Howie Roseman will fire him after that game. If they lose to the Raiders at home, Hurts should be benched for the rest of the year. I would bench him. Like, dude, you're now back up, dude. Sit down and learn. Sit down and learn. I would bench him and I would start Tanner McKee. What worse could happen? At least you know if this dude's going to take a shot downfield, he's a lot more accurate. You know what I mean? He damn near got Devontae Smith killed. I mean, it was a hell of a catch by Smith. I mean, and Hurts threw a nice ball there, but every other ball tonight was high. Every other ball tonight was high. Every one of them. So again, you know, I don't see it, and you got Landon Dickerson coming in and out of every game. This is getting to be bullshit as well. Okay, sit him. Sit him. You know what I mean? Play Fred Johnson. Play Fred Johnson. He said Hurts' fantasy numbers was 0.4. God, that's brutal. But he had 5 turnovers, Adam. So, I mean, I don't know. Raiders have nothing to lose. Go play spoiler. Neither does Minnesota. Neither does Minnesota. They're not going to the playoffs. So they have nothing to lose either. So, right back at you, Dave. I love how Dave likes to come in and troll. Your team's still a game and a half behind. They're still a game and a half behind, and I don't see them winning. I'm sorry, I don't. If they do win, hey, at least I know now we get what we want. We get Sirianni out of here and possibly rebuild it. By the way, he had a high school level scheme at Alabama, Oklahoma, they put an offense into the NFL. Patullo tried to change their offense to more of a pro-style offense. You're telling me Nick Saban ran a high school style offense? There's no way in hell. No way in hell. Not with the coordinators he had there. Yeah, I don't know about that, sir. That's hard to believe, even with him in there, because they didn't miss a beat when they went to Tagovailoa, and they ran a pro-style offense. Kiffin was one of their offensive coordinators. Brian Dable was another offensive coordinator. Go down the list of all the offensive coordinators he had. So, I mean, I don't think they ran a high school. They run a pro style offense down there. That's why their guys adapt to the NFL so good. Like, look at all the Alabama players in the league. They all adapt to it so good. He said Landon Dixon looked physically so out of shape and heavy, looking like with a bad knee. Nah, it's his ankle, Mike. He had an ankle, but he's been banged up all year. To be honest with you, I don't care where they finish, because I think they're going to be one and done. If they get a home playoff game, cool. But like, who are they going to play against? I mean, if you really look at it, if they stay at the 3rd seed right now, because Tampa's struggling too. So I'm not worried about Tampa catching the Eagles. I mean, they're now a game behind the Eagles as well. Dallas is a game and a half. So, like I said, I was just, from what I saw the other night, with Dallas, I mean, the division, whoever wins this division is going to get racked in the playoffs. And that's including the Birds. I don't see them, like, magically turning anything on. Like, it's not going to happen. Yeah, he hurt his knee in training camp. You're right, Mike, he did. But tonight, he rolled his ankle. He got rolled up on. But it's like every week, like between him and Lane. Like, Lane was coming out every game too. Cam Jurgens was coming out. Like, this line has been physically banged up. And the only constant has been Mailata, which, by the way, that holding call on the A.J. Brown touchdown was horseshit. That was the worst call. I mean, they kind of made up for it on the Saquon run, where they didn't call holding on him when that was actually holding. But Jesus God, man. Some of them calls tonight, too, were just, they were brutal. But it is what it is. You know what I mean? And to me, like I said, this game tonight, this has been the Eagles microcosm all year. I think they talked the talk, but they didn't walk the walk. They said they said all the right things, but they just haven't done it. They said everything, Did you see Howie during the game? He was like, what the hell is this going on? Oh, yeah. Did you see Jeffrey Lurie? Jeffrey Lurie had a scowl on his face. Somebody posted it on Twitter. They said, how does your back run for a 52-yard touchdown? You got a face like this. He's not liking what's going on. And I guarantee you there's going to be some talking to in there. And I don't know if it's Patullo, if he's the reason, because I saw some different wrinkles tonight with their offense. Bringing in Barkley and what's his name? The other running back. Trying to think of his name right here. Hold on. What the hell was his name? Shipley. Will Shipley. They brought him in. Which, by the way, I don't feel Will Shipley. Eagles fired KP. I didn't see nothing about that. I don't know. I'm getting some false breaking news, and it says this Eagles team has no dog. Nah, they don't. It says Eagles fired KP. Little G Griffin. I don't know about that. I haven't heard nothing about that. So if you heard it, good for you. I'm on NFL.com. I don't see nothing there saying that they fired him. So, and that would be kind of quick. You know what I mean? Latest updates. Yeah, no, there's nothing on there, man. So they didn't fire him. So I have no idea. Was Sirianni calling plays at all, or was it all Patullo? That's a good question. Brett Coleman has a great analysis of the Eagles' offense and why they are failing. Cool. Congratulations, dear little G. Congratulations. Well, guys, again, I'm going to bring up our lovely programming we have here, guys. Don't forget, tomorrow night, that's right. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me do this one first. The Pittsburgh Sports Tonight, that's right. Our guys out on the western side of the state, they will have you covered with Pittsburgh Sports Tonight at 7 o'clock. After that, it is myself and Paul Spencer from Out of the Box Entertainment as we do props, locks, and parlays as we will break down NFL and look at the Army-Navy game this week. So make sure you tune into that. And at 9 o'clock, it's the one and only Matty B for the final word. So make sure you check us out for tomorrow. That is our schedule for tomorrow. So again, he said, but I read and heard that Sirianni was going to have more say in the offense. So the new wrinkles on the offense might because of Sirianni, not Patullo. I could say that. I could think of that. He said disaster. Okay. I got a question. What do you think about the Bears game? The Bears game was, I don't know. To me, I felt like I felt like Sirianni didn't take enough chances with that, and they didn't utilize Dallas Goedert enough in that game. You got to credit Ben Johnson because he out-schemed Vic Fangio, which is very hard to do, but he did. He did. Eagles kicked the Raiders' butts. I hope you're right. Adam said, missed you on Sunday. Glad you're feeling better. Yeah, man. Unfortunately, I couldn't be on with Al Sunday morning. I literally, over the weekend, was doing my job. And, I was out between working all day Friday, and then I got called back in Friday night and worked until it's like from 9 at night to like 7 in the morning. And then I had some running around to do. So I was exhausted. I wasn't feeling well. So I want to thank Al for kind of picking me up there. So, as you could say. And, of course, we do that here. So it was cool. I had the first week. I had the week before when Al wasn't feeling too hot. So that's just kind of how we do it here. He said, if Sirianni calls the plays, then this team's in trouble. I mean, you don't know that, Mike. I mean, yeah, did it not go well in 21 or 22 or whatever it was when he was calling plays? But, sometimes you can learn too on the job, You learn what to do, what not to do. So I don't know. But all I know is this. I did see some different wrinkles tonight out of the Eagles. I felt like tonight's game was clearly on Jalen Hurts. Clearly on Jalen Hurts. It was on his shoulders. He's the reason they lost this game. Plain and simple. And then Sirianni for not pulling them. I'm sorry, you have a backup quarterback for a reason. If your main quarterback is not playing well, pull him. You are in a dogfight. You're fading. You went from being one of the elite teams in the NFC. Now you're fading them back to the middle of the pack. For what? For what? And the thing that kills me is they beat all the teams that are in front of them. They've beaten every challenger that's come out of the NFC. The Eagles have beaten, with the exception of the Bears. The Bears are the only team in the NFC. If you go back and take a look at it right now, the Eagles they lost to the Giants, the Bears, and the Cowboys. That's 3 of their 5 losses. The other 2 are the Chargers and the Bengals. Or I'm sorry, Chargers and the Broncos. So you always figure we always split with the Cowboys, no matter what. That's always a split. So you're always going to have a loss there. That Giant loss may come back and bite them in the ass. That Giant loss may come back and bite them. So, Mike, we have a bad QB to go along with a bad head coach and OC. F my life. Well, it could be worse, Mike. Kyle Schwarber could sign with the Mets. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for me. Final score tonight, man. Birds lose in overtime 22-19. Next up, that's right, Sunday. Excuse me. Sunday, right after the final whistle, yours truly, I will be on with you to talk about this. Hopefully, a win against the Raiders. They're coming in at the right time, and I feel like the Eagles, they got to win this game. They got to win it. It says this Eagles team this year have not looked good in any game they've played offensively. No, they haven't. Like I said, they talked a good game, but they talked the talk, but they haven't walked the walk. And we've been saying all year, we're waiting for this Eagles team to play a complete game. You know, and I personally think, thank you, Mike. Thank you guys for everybody who tuned in. But yeah, I'm going to leave you on this note. If you think we hit rock bottom, there's only one place to go, right? And that's up. So hopefully they can go up. You guys have a great rest of your night. I will see you tomorrow night, 8 o'clock right here for Props, Locks, and Parlays with Paul Spencer. Have a good night, guys. Birds fall in overtime, 22-19. See you tomorrow.